draw or something like that because you just simply run out of time. And I think that was really interesting as somebody who does not traditionally get to like, well, I guess as somebody who hasn't seen that much chess at, first of all, a no increment type chess, which obviously is very different from playing chess with increment, but also shorter time controls. I think that was really fascinating. Like 10-0 plays very different from 5 plus 2 or 3 plus 2, right? So I think that was really interesting. They've obviously done these formats where the players play in person against each other, facing off beforehand. It's not like this is the very, 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 very first time this has ever happened. But I think this time it was a lot more dramatic. It was so dramatic. I don't think I think increment makes the game insanely different. I think increment just makes it a completely different game, and I'm not saying one is necessarily better or worse. I just think that they're two completely different types of games because with no increment, you kind of just have to like time manage. Coppertis, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. I super appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on the increment portion of it. I think the gameplay itself was also crazy though. Like, I think the players were feeling a certain type of pressure. Duda had some misclicks. Anish Giri had this crazy. He was up a queen against I think it was either Nihal or Arjun. I can't remember now. But Anish was up a whole queen and he just managed to misclick or mouse slip it. I don't really know what happened, but he just managed to lose it. And I was like, well, this is crazy. So yeah, the time control is really good. Oh, it was Nihal. Okay, thank you. The time control was really good. Sorry, I'm trying to move my monitor a little closer. The time control was crazy, and then the no increment was also crazy. And what's also awesome, as you guys might know personally, I love doing my makeup. Which actually I don't know how many people here know that, but I really, really, really like getting my makeup done. I super enjoy it. And every single time I was in the makeup room, everyone was like, whoa, why are you spending so much time here? I'm like, well, I actually like doing this. Because all the guys would be like, okay, how do we get in and out of here as fast as possible? They touch up everybody, including the guys, for broadcast, because otherwise you're gonna look like a shiny ball. And nobody wants to look like a shiny ball. So they do that, and then it ends up being like pretty good. Like everyone looks pretty clean, looks pretty neat. So yeah. And then what ends up happening is a lot of the guys are just like, okay, I just want to get out of here. And I'm like, look, what if today we do like you guys don't understand how long it takes to do my hair like this. You don't understand. There's a reason I never show up on stream with my hair like this, because this took a team of 3 people. Like, okay, it took a team of 3 people about 45 minutes to curl my hair like this. Every single day, I had 4 makeup artists. Like, I would always be in there at a time when basically everybody else was either done or I got in early, so I wasn't, like, super rushed. And they would get all 3 people or 4 people, whoever was free would just start working on my look. I had this, like, really nice kind of curly hair. I actually did most of my makeup for this already, so that this was done by 2 girls. They just kind of like curled each side of my hair. It was really awesome. And then this was my second day look. This was a crazy, crazy look. As you can tell, I have these braids going down the front, and I also had braids on top of my head. And the reason I had braids on top of my head was because it was like in a checkered format. And then we also did this like black and white eyeliner, and this one took like an hour and 20 minutes with, and also they curled my hair. It was crazy stuff. So thank you. Thank you, Gary. I wanted to go for something that's like cool. I wanted to make sure that people understood that we're not here to play. Like, chess has fashion representation, you know? So, yeah, thank you so much, guys. Yes, I did. I got free makeup tips. I was asking about what type of, I was like taking pictures of what products they were using. I was looking at this, I learned to use my sponge in a different way. Apparently, I've been using my sponge like as a dry sponge, but apparently you're supposed to get it wet. I don't have a sponge on my table right now to show you guys, but this ended up being the look for the last day, which is not actually a day that I was doing any broadcast or anything like that. So I did like these braids. It's kind of an ode to the entire region. Obviously, girls don't wear braided hairstyles, I guess, like this that often in this region, but it was kind of like an ode to the region and also just sort of cool. So I'm still wearing them, actually. I kept them in right now. But it was a super cool chess event. Thank you, Vince. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, they had a lot of elf products. Like I said, like when you're a makeup artist, right, you don't want to use necessarily the most expensive products because then it's so expensive. So yeah, they had actually a lot of elf products. Ah, thanks, Gary. I need to work on my facial expressions, in my opinion. But we're getting there. This is like a really cool picture. You can see the braids clearly. This is the same suit I wore on the very first day. If you guys have not seen the videos that we posted, or sorry, rather that I did with the EWC team, I guess I can show you guys sort of. I wish I was in an Elle magazine yesterday. Like someday, but maybe one day. Let me just pull up the broadcast. Thank you. If you've been enjoying the chess videos, that is awesome. And in case anybody was at all curious about what happened in the event, take a wild guess as to who won. You will never guess. I'm joking. Obviously Magnus Carlsen won again, so yay! Hell yeah, Khalil. Thank you so much, Holterman, for the 200 bits. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, you know, it was actually really cool. So a little bit about the whole event overall, because I think a lot of people were also a bit confused about the format. We had stream A. Lower this slightly because Catsko is now starting to go to sleep. Let me move it over here so it's a little less. We have a little more space. Oh, that's the wrong monitor. I definitely was. Oh, am I moving us correctly? Okay. Now you can't see his top ear, but that's okay. Here's a little more space now over here. I think it was definitely an improvement for the chess. I like no increment chess. You guys gotta remember. I really enjoyed no increment chess. But oh, he's always in vacation mode though. Bro is always just chilling. Bro's always just chilling. Okay, here we go. I personally really don't like increment either. I understand people that do, but I think no increment makes things more exciting. So this is the group photo at the very end. So this is actually mostly with people from stream A. I had like a little bit longer of a stay just because I was doing some stuff on the last day as well, just for content. But this is Dash. He's a former esports host. This is Tyler 1, as you guys might know. Maurice, Ben Feingold, Jovanka Hauska. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name fully. David Howell, Mike Klein, Josh. He's formerly from StarCraft 2. This is Dawood, also known as Sandstorm. This was the stage host with Tyler, and this was Tanya. So apart from me, if I was not here, everybody here is from Stream A. And so the way this worked is that Stream A had most of the games. So they had to have a second stream because there were just so many games that they were like, okay, well, we still want you guys to have the opportunity to see each of these games, but we also don't want to make this event 7 days long because we have to cover, you know, things like PUBG, Overwatch was starting in the arena next to us. So they had to be like, okay, what are we gonna do? So they had 2 streams. Most of the games have 2 streams to start. And then once people start getting knocked out, that's when they actually start. Oh, hi, buddy. Who's a cutie patootie? He's looking cute. I have to move the camera a little bit so you guys can see him. So 2 streams was how they displayed all of the information. And I hope you guys were able to tune into both of the streams at some point. Yeah, the chess bras were here, but we don't have a group picture. And I don't know why. There's some random pictures of me and Tanya. There's some pictures of me and David. There's some pictures of me, James Canty, me, and Benjamin, but I don't know why we don't have a group picture with the entire team from Stream B. So Stream B was me, James, Benjamin, Amon Hambleton, and Eric Hansen. Those were the 5 of us. So yeah. Honestly, I could just hang out with them at some point, but that's okay. So Stream B was really, really, really cool. And then obviously I was hanging out a little bit with Anna as well, but I don't think Anna and I got any pictures taken. I really like this picture, actually. This is kind of a cool picture. Kind of like that. Whatever is happening here is great. So, yeah, that's kind of good. That's kind of a nice picture. And then Tanya and I are hanging out. But we have content coming out actually with Anna from this event that you'll see at some point. So Tyler explained to Anna there's the better cow player was hilarious. Yeah, got to talk a little bit with Tyler, which was really cool. He was just kind of, well, there was these events, they hired a lot of people for this event, so people kind of had time to chill. Other than the casters were always really busy. But the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, or show you guys rather, is, whoa. I did not really, other than the streams that you guys saw me on, I didn't do much. Why wasn't I invited? What do you mean, why wasn't I invited? Like, to play? I'm like, you know, just casually maybe 600 points, 700 points too low rated to play. I'm not sure. Also, my camera, I literally come home, I brought my stream camera with me, so everything is like messed up, and now I don't even know what my angles are. Hey Lion, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. I appreciate that. Yo, guys, if you've been getting a gifted sub from Lion or Coppertist, please make sure you're thanking them. I'm gonna move my stream camera a little bit over here because I actually think that this is not the correct angle. I'm not sure where I'm really supposed to be looking. I'm like confusing myself. Okay, I think this is more of the angle I usually sit at. I had to move my camera. Well, I brought my stream camera because there's always a chance that I might film some YouTube videos and this is my best camera and stuff like that. So, oh yeah, the little kid was great. The little kid was so good. He was so funny. Catsko is up there. You can see him. You're able to see him. Here. How about that? I just have a pile of clothes in the corner. That's a little messy. And I have a Magnus. Hoodie over here. The little kid was with Magnus yesterday. Oh, that's great. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Done. Wait. I have a better idea. Cool. There we go. It's fine. That's the Magnus hoodie. We'll just pretend it's there for decoration because Magnus won. I mean, I was around. I don't know how you didn't see me. Maybe you just didn't watch Stream B. If you only watched Stream A, then you probably didn't see much of me. But even on Stream A, I was in some videos, which I guess you guys can just watch when they come out at this point because I would have to go through the whole VOD to go find them. But I can show you an example. Yeah, I was the host, I was the desk analyst, the host for Stream B, which was honestly a really good gig because it was cool. I have not been commentating that much recently, and it was really nice to do sort of like a in-person desk position in person. Yeah, it was cool. So, hey, Halterman, thank you so much for the 200 bits. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I did play some chess. Here, I'm literally going to show you what chess I played. This is literally the chess that I played. Oh, wait, you guys don't see it. My bad. How do I just get to Chess 24's channels? Okay. I think it was this one. Here we go.
This is 3 + 2. Just let me know your moves. I'll make it for you.
Okay, perfect.
How many moves do you think you'll beat me in?
Last time I actually.
Oh, this is the best one to watch, actually.
Because, although we play with.
This is the best one to watch.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck. I'll start my clock.
This was on streamed on Chess 24.
C5.
C5.
It's me. This was live on broadcast.
Knight C6.
Yeah.
C6.
Well, I don't know if they played it on stream A. I don't really know. I think they did. Oh yeah, I actually know where they played this on stream A. They played it on stream A during the Magnus right before Magnus versus Hikaru. So whenever they were about to play, was that the last day or is that the day before the last day? Was that the last day? I can't remember now. I think that was the day before the last day, right? Yeah, it was before this one. They played it literally right before. Like, they had a break, and then they just played this. It's somewhere over here. Like I said, they have so many random segments. Like, I'm not saying this because I wanted more screen. Like, it's always nice to get more screen time, but I'm not saying this because I'm trying to get more screen time. I'm just saying they had so many people on, like, at all these different times with 15 people, 16 people. I don't even know how many people they had. Like, it's really hard to give anybody a lot of screen time, but they had this. I also wasn't officially part of stream. This was just filmed before. But yeah, they had this.
Cup like this.
Oh, amazing. I have a rush of adrenaline and
this was the match against LeBron.
Ready to fight.
But yeah, this was like...
LeBron, you're going to be fighting
sometime
over this board, but blindfolded. So pick your blindfold. I'll ask you some more questions as we go. This is 3 + 2. Just let me know your moves. I'll make it for you.
Okay, perfect.
How many moves do you think you'll beat me in?
Last time I actually tried, it was very difficult because although we play with increment, so
yeah, stream B was so much fun. It was really good. It was really well produced.
E4.
C5.
C5. Knight to F3.
Knight C6.
Knight C6. D4.
C takes.
C takes.
Yeah, anyways, you guys can watch this on your own if you wanted to. But we were on Chess 24. On actually day 1 we were on chess.com, which was kind of cool. Yeah, I managed to stream in the Boulevard a little bit, which was actually kind of cool. And we've been taking clips, but this was our official stream.
Am I missing something here?
I don't know.
5 pawn. G4 certainly comes to mind.
This game, I really...
It was too crowded.
Nihal goes knight back, and I have to say,
there's a lot of Amon and Eric doing commentary. I think day 1 we were on chess.com. If you have to watch, if you really want to watch one, you don't have to watch it. But if you really want to watch one, I would watch this one. We had day 1 stream B. Benjamin and I casted the final match between Magnus and Duda. This was our cast. So somewhere around
what
here.
What is the logic?
Yeah.
Armageddon win by the Genji Arjun Erigasi. What do you think of that match?
Yeah, very up in the mid.
So Benjamin is my co-analyst. This is called like the analyst desk. And then we just go into the commentary. So yeah. If you have to watch one, I would recommend watching this one because we ended up just doing the commentary for this one. It was the end of the day, and Amon and Eric were like, "Do you guys want to do this?" So we did this one. So, yeah, day 1 was probably the best day. Day 1 was probably the best day. I'm 5'7". So, Benjamin is 6'4". For context, the tablets we were using had the run of show. it would tell you like right now we're doing the pre-show, or right now we're doing the pre-match, or right now we're doing the interview. It had all of that laid out, so we would be able to kind of like follow along and not just start talking about random stuff. His sense of humor is pretty good, yes. Benjamin is very Dutch.
He's one of our first quarterfinalists of this event. I mean, he's showing that he's one of the very best in the world. Really impressive to beat MVL with White on the man. So I expect big things from him.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so excited. I want to go back to Saudi Arabia so badly.
Game 3 before.
I would love to actually be able to go out and have time to do things. Like, I wanted to drive the, what are they called? Like the quad bikes. I want to go drive quad bikes. I want to go sandboarding. Apparently you can take like a snowboard but ride a sand dune. I want to do stuff like that. I've never really had chances to do stuff like that. So yeah, it'd be really, really fun. And I obviously just want to see some of the more deserty stuff. Yeah, this was in Riyadh. Boulevard City was crazy. It was crazy. It was just this big theme park. It was honestly like huge. So thanks, Ardel. Thank you. I do hope you guys enjoyed it, though. I do hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry, my keyboard is actually... No, I am home now. We have a little vlog coming out tomorrow. I did not get to see the other part of Boulevard. Apparently, there's 2 parts to Boulevard, and I only saw one of them. Apparently, across the street was another one, but I wasn't gonna go walk across there. Magnus wanted a larger venue. I don't blame Magnus. I can understand that. Thank you. Yeah, the makeup artists were so awesome. I was hanging out with them like every single day, so it was really cool. But I can understand why Magnus would want a bigger venue, honestly. I get it. I get it. That would be... It would be cool. Oh, the other one's closed in summer. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't miss out much. I did not have the chance to go ice skating. It closed literally the day before I wanted to go, and I was very sad. And I tried going on stream, but it was very, very, very sad. It's only open half the year. Darn! Gotta be in the winter next year. I don't even really know if Saudi Arabia has like a winter, but I have genuinely no concerns about the event at all. It was so chill. People were so insanely nice. People were just nice. It was... I know a lot of people there were probably paid to be nice because that's their literal job, is to be like a greeter. Like, people are always there saying hi. People are always asking, do you need anything? People are always asking like, yo, do you need help? And they really spoiled us. We had multiple different rooms where people could just go and chill, like couches. You could play FIFA. They had, I think it was PS5s. They had all of these like really, 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 really cool drink stands and all of that stuff. And yeah, people were genuinely nice. Everyone at the hotel was so nice. Everyone was just nice. They're apparently also really huge anime nerds. Like, they love anime. I didn't know this. Like, Saudi Arabia, I don't know how this happened, but they had huge Japan influence, like Crunchyroll sponsored rooms where they had like giant Attack on Titans. They had like the otaku store. It was actually kind of crazy. It was kind of cool. So yeah. I don't think that the fans were really like reacting that much mid-game to big moves, honestly. Centauri, like, they say they have in-ear headphones for the white noise, and then they have over-ear headphones for playing music and stuff. And I think it's really hard to actually listen to them. Obviously, I can understand facial expressions and all that stuff, but I don't know. I mean, chess needs to become an esports, like, chess becoming an esport is only good for the game. So we have to adapt as a chess community. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah. I definitely think a bigger venue would have been crazy, though. People really like chess. Apparently, this was the busiest that venue had been. Chess literally got the most in-person viewers at like esports World Cup, which is great, which also kind of makes sense because they had Team Falcons members. I don't know if Team Falcons was in league or something, but I don't know what the turnout is, obviously, for the events in the other arenas. I just heard in this arena specifically that chess was in, it had the most amount of viewers in person. Yeah. Oh, I would love to. I would absolutely love to. Also, I think a lot of people were voicing their concerns about dress codes and stuff like that. Bro, I saw a girl in like a tight skirt. It did cover her knees, but her shoulders were like barely to here. I don't think they were there. Like, people are always like, oh, can you wear that? Can you wear that? Nah, bro. They let that girl do broadcast. It was totally fine. You're not really supposed to be in like body hugging clothing, basically. Sort of in Saudi Arabia, but I think if you, once again, we are not Muslim. And also, if you are Muslim, you kind of can choose for yourself, or I hope you can choose for yourself. Yeah, just kind of modest is fine, but I wouldn't have necessarily described her outfit as that necessarily that modest, even for like, I guess, just in general. And it was totally fine. Nobody cared. And people had like a little cleave, and it was totally fine. It was totally fine. And yeah, nobody ever said anything as far as I know. People were just walking around. So like, I think it's really a kind of a build your own adventure type of situation, and I like that. So it was cool. Hey Billy City, thank you so much for the tier 1. Welcome back to your 5th month. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they allow jeans. Absolutely. They totally allow jeans. Magnus could wear all the jeans he wants. They also had... Okay. They did not allow, like, apparently men can't wear gold. But that one, I only heard this from, like, a Polish guy who was working there. So I don't know if bro just had something personal against men wearing gold. But none of the guys on our team were wearing gold anyways. I have no idea. It was just kind of like, oh, I mean, it's not really an issue for any of the guys here. Yeah, but apparently you can wear silver. So I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. But men were told to not wear gold. That was maybe one thing. I don't know what exactly is the context. It was just a do not wear gold, please. And we're like, girls can wear gold, though. I was totally fine wearing golds. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's probably like a cultural suggestion to not wear gold. That's probably what it is. Okay, interesting. Yeah. No, but like I said, I don't think anybody ever had any issues. Like, even if you were not technically maybe supposed to do something, like, once again, like I said, we're not Muslim, so it's sort of like, well... Yeah. Interesting. Okay. I mean, if you can afford gold clothing. Look. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't really know that. I'm trying to think what else maybe there was. It was recommended to cover up tattoos for broadcast. That was a recommendation. But I did see a girl just walking around, you know, like, sleeves out, all tattoos. So, once again, I think it's sort of a build your own adventure type situation. Sort of like a, you're here, so we can respect this culture in a way. Yeah, that's why Canty wore suits. But like I said, I don't think it was ever really a big deal either way. It was just kind of more of a, we want to show you that we respect sort of just like, we are a guest in your country, so therefore we should. Which I think is a pretty good mindset, really. Oh my gosh, also, it was so freaking clean. It was so clean everywhere. Jeez. So clean. Everyone was putting away their trays. Everyone was tossing out their trash. Everyone was like... You walk... The boulevard's big enough, so you walk on the right side, and it's a one way, and then its left side is the other way. It was really nice. It was really, really, really nice. Oh my gosh. I would say it was probably cleaner than Singapore, but that's more because I think it's easier. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but humidity makes things a little messy. Having rain all the time makes things really messy. Does that kind of make sense? Like, there's always a little bit of, like, stains and, like, mud and stuff in Singapore, because I think it just rains so often. But in Saudi, in Riyadh at least, everything was, like, marble. Not literally marble, but it's just, like, clean, because I don't think it rains very much. So it's probably easier to keep dirt and stuff off the streets. Not saying that Singapore really is dirty or anything. It's just, it's probably easier because you can kind of just build your city, and then it's very dry heat. So dry. It was so hot. It was like just pure summer. Just summer. Peak summer. Yeah, I assume it is. I mean, Boulevard City was insanely beautiful too. Next time, hopefully, we'll be able to go to the other side. But it was cool. It was really, really cool. I liked it a lot. It was really fun. It was super fun. I think there's a lot of misconceptions. Once again, they should hire Speed do a stream. Honestly. They should really. That's just kind of how it works, Ryan. Also, I wanted to come home and stream. I'm busy. I stayed as long as I could. I stayed as long as I could. It was good. Got all the stuff, all the content that I wanted to. Was able to watch most of the final day. And then I took an overnight flight. Which is nice. Hell yeah. Exactly. Get Speed to do the stream. No, literally. I mean, look. Speed did more for China. Sorry, here's how I should say it. All the propaganda that a lot of the West try to put on China, whatever, a lot of that I feel like was debunked by Speed. A lot of it. Once people got like a sort of more unfiltered look at what China kind of looks like, now all of a sudden Chinese tourism is like up whatever 100%. I don't even think it's about him opening it up. People have known that China's like, you know, there, but it's more like, oh, Chinese people are sure they can be a little loud, they can be a little rude, they might cut you in line. Yeah, that happens. But for the most part, Chinese people are relatively polite. And if they're ever curious about you, especially if you're, like, in Speed's case, black, it's not because you're black. Like, sure, it is, but not in a rude way. It's in a, oh my gosh, you're so different. That's so interesting. I've never seen somebody like you type of way. And I think that's really interesting because I feel like I get a lot more hatred for my skin color versus just pure curiosity. And in China, it's mostly curiosity. And I think that's something that is like, it's really, it's different. The tech is really crazy. The transportation is really, really freaking good in China. You can go anywhere by like train. It's so high tech. It's so high tech. The healthcare is actually pretty good in China too, which a lot of people are not really aware about. The food is obviously insane. You know, sure, like English might still be not that common, but yeah, I would love to go there. It's just, they don't have a lot of time. They build things really, 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 really fast. So fast. Obviously, no country is ever perfect, and I think it's impossible for any country to be perfect, but yeah, I mean, we all have our own issues, you know, so. Oh, they invest a lot into the country. So one of the big things about China is that there's 1 point however many billion people. You know, people in the West, when I was growing up, were always like, oh, the government this, government that. Sure, things have happened, absolutely. But it's not easy keeping a country of like 1 point however many billion people relatively happy. It's truly not. So you gotta understand that, like, right now, things gotta be pretty okay. Like, whatever propaganda is trying to tell you, yeah, it's probably not exactly what you're hearing, you know? Oh, for sure, Khalil. But once again, that's what propaganda is, right? Like, yeah, Alex actually lived in China for a bit. It's kind of cool. I would love to live in China for a little bit as an adult. I've never gotten to really visit as an adult. But see, this is the thing. A lot of people also don't think that Chinese people know about what's going on in the West. And it's kind of like they do know about what's going on in the West. Like, they obviously do have other issues, right? They have the issue that they have 1.6 billion people and finding a job can be hard. That is an issue in China. I'm not denying that. But that's also an issue in so many other parts of the world. Like job security is kind of an issue all over. Like, that's sure. But that's also kind of a problem so many other places. Shenzhen is really cool. It's very high tech. That's where a lot of startups in China are. Chongqing is the city with the insane layers. Yeah, but I also think when you talk about freedom, it's a little different. Like, are you truly free if you're in the US, but anytime you have a health issue, you have to go bankrupt and sell your left kidney for? Like, once again, I just think that, like I said, not every country is perfect. Obviously, utopia would be if everybody could get free healthcare, free education, you know, maybe not necessarily free food, but everybody has a job, everybody is able to afford themselves, like afford things for themselves, all that stuff. Yeah, sure, it would be really great. I mean, I don't know outside, like even Finland these days is kind of struggling. That's what 2 kidneys are for. So it's just, I just think that there's no country that's really perfect. And there's no point really in critiquing countries. Because obviously America has upsides that you don't have elsewhere, right? Like, that's for sure. True. It's just about keeping everything in context. You get this, but you don't necessarily get that. Or you get, like, yeah. Or I guess, like, critiquing in the way that if you don't know, then maybe just don't speak on it. That's very unfortunate, Bob. Sorry to hear that. I am pretty happy to be Canadian. I go to Mexico. Do you actually? I have a lot of friends that go to Mexico if they need dental care. To the point where I've debated going to Mexico if I need dental care because it's not covered in Canada, so... Or if it's... Even if it's for... yeah. I mean, I think for profit is a different story. I think the issue is more that it actively is built in a way that you're able to make that much profit. I think that's another issue. It's like with all the insurance companies, and anyways, we don't need to get into it. That's like a completely different conversation. Health insurance is like 100% covered. If you have cancer, they will save you or try their best to save you free of charge. If you, however, have a really bad migraine and you've had a really bad migraine for 3 months, well, good luck figuring out the issue. So it depends a little bit. If you're like on death's door, they will try to save you. But if you are like throwing up, like it might take you 5 hours to go see a doctor. It depends though. It really does. Sometimes walking, it's like a little RNG. Sometimes walking clinics have like a 1 hour wait, or sometimes walking clinics can have a 2 hour wait. Sometimes specialists are available tomorrow. Sometimes specialists aren't available for the next month. You know, it's kind of like yeah, depending on how serious your situation is, Yeah, you might be able to see a doctor sometime today, or maybe next week, or maybe within this month. Typically, I would say, though, whenever I had an issue and I really needed something, I didn't have that much problem getting it. But I had a friend who had a slip disc once, and it took him, like, maybe 2-3 hours to go see a doctor rather than, like, instantly. But, yeah, for sure. It's still, yeah, I agree. I think it's better to, like, be in pain for 2 hours than have to foot a $20,000 bill. So, I just think that is, like, it's not amazing, but I would say US healthcare is probably better than Canadian healthcare if you are really, 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 really rich. Or if you have really, really good insurance. I do agree with this. In Canada, if you tend to be rich, I don't really know if you have that many private I have no idea. I've never figured out. Just don't pay? Are you allowed to just not pay? Yes, we do. We absolutely do. We have clinics. Like I said, you can just go and wait at the doctors, which is totally fine. You're welcome to go wait at the doctors. But it can be a little random how long it takes. Kinda interesting. In front of me. Oh yeah, I suppose B9. That makes sense. I never really thought about it that way. Yeah, I haven't actually, like, really seen what free healthcare looks like, as I'm not American. So, you know. Well, that's good. At least. I have no idea what the best healthcare in the world is. So. Yeah, I mean, I know you can buy, like, private healthcare insurance and stuff like that, but I truly have no idea how it works as an American citizen. Hopefully I don't ever have to figure out which healthcare is better. That's great, Bob. Love to hear that for you. Yeah, but there's also, if you also work in just a company that I believe has good insurance. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's bad. It's so cheap. Oh, they don't want to cover things. Oh. 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 Well, that sucks. Sorry, Bob. Hope you don't get sick. Yeah, I mean, like, through work. That's how I assume most people get. Oh, I haven't even thought about American pharmacy. I have no idea how it works, but I do know that my medication in Canada is cheap AF. I have no idea how insurance works for pharma. I haven't even thought that far. That's what I kind of figured, which I also want to point, like, it's a little hard these days to have a really solid job to have good health insurance. Personally, as a streamer, I gotta say being in Canada is probably better because I'm self-employed, so I don't got any, you know, insurance benefits or anything like that. I have to pay for everything out of pocket. So being in a country where if hypothetically something does happen to me, at least, well, it's kind of covered, but yeah. I have heard about insanely expensive medications. Is that not covered by insurance? Oh, that makes sense. Okay. They can deny your medication is insane. Why are you allowed to deny somebody? Like... Like, let's say you have diabetes and you need insulin. What happens if you can't afford insulin? Because you can't... It's not like you're going to the hospital to get treatment, right? Oh, that's crazy. You can't do anything else? You can't get... I don't know if there's generic versions of insulin. I don't know if there's... No, I haven't, Octo. That's so sad. That's so sad. Wow, so insurance doesn't cover medication. I think in Canada, even if you don't have, well, I guess, without insurance, your medication's still not very expensive. I don't really know what happens if you can't afford Canadian medication, though. Not exactly sure. But as far as I know, it's been pretty cheap. It's like $6 for my pills or whatever. You get copay? Okay. Damn, that's crazy. Huh. Alright. Well, something else I hope I will not have to worry about. That's crazy. Should get a double amount, sell to Americans. Sounds like the people that actually need it probably should just get it for free. Because they seem like the ones they would need it the most. If you can't afford something, ain't no way am I gonna make you pay. I mean, I've lived in a couple of different countries. I don't know what abroad really means because Canada's kind of abroad for me. Like, when I was growing up in Finland, Finnish healthcare when I was growing up is probably literally the best healthcare. Like, you just need a doctor right now? Alright, we got you. You need some... You need a checkup? Alright, we got you. Canada is like okay, but it's a little slower. In Finland, you can just basically book a doctor's appointment and go. And it's really nice. It was really, really, really nice. I'm pretty sure most medication is also like kind of like Canada. It's mostly just covered. Finland does have to, you do have to pay pretty high taxes in Finland. But the government, the entire country kind of runs on the model of everybody deserves free healthcare and, you know, food and, or not free food, but like accessible food and accessible housing. And they make sure that's the case. So, yeah. You also do have to be satisfied with the level of living, kind of this, I'm saying this as a blanket statement to the whole country, of not being like able to afford a private yacht or afford like a 500 hectare square like mansion. Even the prime minister just kind of lives in like a regular house, and she got in trouble once for throwing a house party. And, like, that's just kind of how people in Finland live. Yeah. Thank you so much, Gambit, for the 61 months. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hell yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah. The Prime Minister of Denmark rides a bike to office. You know? I don't know how to put it, but sort of in a way, it's like people don't have these crazy... People don't necessarily have these crazy, like, physical, materialistic aspirations. Does that kind of make sense? Like, yes, people can still be ambitious. They still want to, you know, be wealthy or like be well off, sort of, in a way. But people also kind of just want their 2.5 kids, the wife and the dog and a backyard. And they're like pretty okay with that once they get that in Finland. The president isn't interested in having a completely golden 747. They're not that interested in, you know, like, yeah, having a gold toilet. They're not really that obsessed with, yeah. Oh, that's so sad, Shroik. That's so sad. Thank you so much, DXL, for the 29 months. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I just think it's different. No Trump towers. No Trump towers in Finland. Yeah, like... people are just kind of chilling. You have to pay, if you speed, and you get a speeding ticket in Finland, you have to pay the equivalent. Sorry, like a percentage, a speeding fine equivalent to what your salary is. So if you are super rich, like you have a high yearly salary, let's say, you gotta pay a speeding ticket that's kind of like equivalent. It's based on how much you earn. Like fines are based on how much you earn and stuff like that. It's really interesting. It's not the same for everybody. Little things like that are kind of dropped into the Finnish ecosystem. Obviously, if you make a lot of money, then you gotta pay higher taxes and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right, Josh? Like, people are not gonna love that, for sure. I get it. I do get it, but I would also say, like, if you talk to a lot of more local Finns, at least when I was growing up there, which it might not be the case anymore because it's probably changed so much. The whole world has changed so much since I was a kid. More or less, people were okay with that. They were like, okay, yeah, just don't speed. You know, like, we still have more than enough remember, education is free. So if you wanted to go to university, you can still go to university. Yeah, I mean, things are not exactly cheap. Like, it's not easy to get a lot of the stuff that you get in other parts of the world just because Finland's such a small country, so... Now what do they have? Yeah. Thank you. Yes, correct. It's dynamic on your income, which is what I was trying to say, equivalent to your income. But I don't know. I always thought of the American dream kind of like what everybody wanted in Finland. I don't know what the heck the American dream is about. I thought the American dream was this dream of owning a house and having a kid and a wife. And that was kind of the American dream. I don't really know what it is about these days because whenever I hear the American dream, I'm just like, oh, this is just what everybody does in Finland and they're pretty okay with their life. I can see why this is everybody's goal. Everybody in Finland is like, you know, they have their house, they have their 2 kids, they have like a dog, they drive an okay car, you know, they go, both parents probably work, they have really, really, really good, they have like 1 year off for both mom and dad, or something like that. You can take a paternity leave for a year. A lot of people take like a maternity leave for a year. You can take longer breaks if you wanted, and you still get money and stuff like that. So, sorry, yes, few people. The country itself is not that small. And then, thanks, Bissia. Thank you. Yeah, so I think it's just like, I don't know. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You're not going to become Bezos in Finland. It's pretty much very hard to become Bezos, but you will never be homeless. You will never, ever, ever be homeless. If you wanted to just sort of like feed the ducks kind of every day and maybe do some side gigs and stuff, the government will try to encourage you to get a job and suggest positions for you. But if you really didn't like any of them, they weren't gonna be like, all right, you're homeless now. No, they're still gonna, you know, pay for your housing. They're still gonna give you a budget for your food. You're gonna be able to afford the basics. It's not that bad. I don't know if there's any billionaires in Finland. Could not tell you. I've never heard of a Finnish billionaire. Literally never. I'm sure there has to be one Finnish billionaire. There's 4 Finnish billionaires. Alright, that's not bad. I'm very impressed by the fact that they became a billionaire in Finland. That's basically the equivalent of becoming a double billionaire. And by the way, because you have to pay... Remember how high the taxes are? I might be. I don't know what Finland's like these days. I haven't been there. I don't even know if the founder of Nokia is a billionaire. Like I said, it's very hard to become a billionaire in Finland. The amount of money, you don't really get that much, like... Well, the economy wasn't so good a few years ago, but I don't know if it's recovered. I haven't been there in so long. No. No. Oh, Gone? The richest guy in Finland is probably the guy who owns Gone. Hell yeah, I'm glad you guys saw me at EWC if you got to go there. Yes! Tyler one's really awesome. 7 billionaires in Finland. Damn. That's a lot. Oh wait, I'm playing on the wrong account. No, I forgot. I keep forgetting I'm on the wrong account. I'm like losing a little elo every single time I log onto this account. Oh, I know nothing about Finnish rifles. Yeah, Tyler is definitely a 6'7" in person. Didn't you see it? At the rate that Magnus keeps winning these tournaments, we might see a billionaire chess player. I mean, he only needs to do this like... There's 100... Wait, there's 1,000 millions? There's... 1 billion is 1,000 million. Which means... The prize pool for this event was 250,000. And then... So, to make 1 million, he has to win 4 of these. So he needs to do this 100 million times. Alright, I think we're never getting a chess billionaire, guys. I mean, maybe. How much did he sell his chess company for? He had like a startup, right? Maybe. No, he needs to do it way more than 400 times. Oh, Supercell. Yeah, Supercell is the company that does Clash of Clans and stuff like that. That would make sense. I don't know what studio does Angry Birds, but I haven't seen any other, so I'm gonna assume they're not. But yeah, Gone makes sense. The whole family must be pretty... I mean, Gone is everywhere. I have no idea. Oh, 4,000 times. Thank you. So he just needs to win EWC 4,000 times to become a billionaire. Before taxes. Something like that. Yeah, exactly. So yeah. We just need to somehow make sure he's alive still in like 4035 and he'll be a billionaire. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much investments you need to do to become a billionaire with how much he's making. I have no idea what the math on that is. I'm not his personal finance advisor. He can do it, I'm sure. Do we, Bob? Do we actually? So who are the 3 other billionaires from Finland? Oh, Elon said that? Well, that implies he knows what fog of war is. No, I don't really get the impression he is either, Nork. Purely joking. Top 500 you hardcore player. Yeah, Catskill could become a billionaire. It's true. Mika Antonen. Where have I heard this name before? What does he do? Yeah, it's Zimbabwean. I can become a billionaire in Zimbabwean money. Zimbabwe. I can't even pronounce the word. Bop. I have no idea who Magic Johnson is, but... Oh gosh. Venezuela. There's a dental billionaire from Finland? I had no idea. Learn something new every single day. Uh-oh. This looks bad. Oh, wait, I can take this. It's not that bad. Oh, that's amazing. Like, he found the cure and everything? Oh, that's wonderful. I have no idea who these people are. Flagging! Oh, for sure, Mustafa. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean... He just lived long? Oh, got it. Okay. There are so many things in this world that I guess as a society we need to work on, but... Oh, no. 6.5 years to buy, like, a Subway sandwich? I'm not surprised. That doesn't seem like too much. We don't have adults in charge is so true. It definitely feels a little bit like we don't have adults in charge. Happens. If it happened before the 2000s, there's a very likely chance that I know nothing about it. I'm not super well versed on pop culture from before the 2000s, nor am I really well versed on pop culture. I mean, there's a lot of things that are ruining things, but that's a different story. There's a few things. There's a couple. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Happy for him. I hope he's still alive. I've got a clothing line in the works. I'm excited about it. Like 100 years ago. Yeah. If he's not on the Lakers right now, even if he was on the Lakers right now, I am not. I'm not making any boxers. Steph Curry? This guy named... Oh, wait. No, I should definitely be able to name the whole team. Oh, sorry. That's not Lakers. That's the Warriors. My bad. My excuse is that I'm tired. The whole time you guys were talking about the Lakers, I was definitely thinking about the Warriors. I was 100% thinking about the Warriors. James Harden or something? Harden, maybe? No, I don't think I know anyone on the Warriors. Well, not know anyone on the Warriors, but... No, I don't know anyone. I can see the confusion. No, the whole time you were saying Lakers, I was thinking about the Warriors. Is the son also named LeBron James? I actually have no idea what the son's name is, but... There's 2 LA teams since when? Okay, well, it's basically the same name. Oh, yeah, the Clippers. Brawny. I mean, look. Makes it easier for me to remember or like recall people from his team in the future. Easy. Yeah. Kind of surprised he plays basketball. Like, why not tennis, for example? You just know you're gonna be walking in your dad's footsteps your entire life. Which I guess is fine if he doesn't mind it. It just seems hard. Seems mentally very challenging to do, you know? No. Yeah. It just seems tough. I'm sure he's very naturally gifted athletically. Maybe he loves the game. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he just likes the game enough. I would still probably personally pick a different game to play competitively, though. Like, you can always play a game for fun, but you only really get one life to excel at a game. So, I don't know. I'm very competitive. But, who knows what his mindset is. Played badminton. There's so many other games out there. There's so many other games out there. There's so much pressure being LeBron James' son. So much pressure. That's true. There's not a lot of games that pay millions of dollars. Yeah. Fair enough. He has all the reasons. He's a perfectly fine player, from what I've heard. He might not be the best, but he's fine. No. Oh my. No! Unlucky. I mean, I think when you're young, you're just trying to impress your parents sometimes. Or like maybe you're very much inspired by your parents. I would say shaped by your parents. It's hard to not be influenced by your parents, you know? I think it's hard to not be influenced. Yeah, we're back. I finished my entire Thai iced tea. So good. Yeah, it's true. A lot of what we do is definitely shaped a little bit by my parents. Our parents. Yeah, I speak Chinese. It was so hard to not snoop on what everybody was saying around me at Esports World Cup because they had a lot of Chinese teams. And every now and then I would just like hear somebody speak Chinese and I'll be like, ooh, what are you guys talking about? Not like literally, but that's how my brain works. Just be like, oh, is there any tea? There was no tea. There was no tea at all. But there's like there's a couple of different Chinese teams there, but one of the bigger ones is Weibo. And Weibo was around a bunch. It's just like, fascinating. Please continue. Yeah. I'm not pretending to not understand or anything. I'm just there like, I mean, I don't really have any reason to reveal that I can speak Mandarin. They're not addressing me or anything. It's just hanging out. Thanks, Dipped. Welcome back to your 22nd month. Thank you, thank you. What an appropriate Canadian username. So what is it, maple dip, that you like? Timbits? Oh, the food in Riyadh was really good. The breakfast was by far the best part of the like day. They had like the full continental spread. They had manakish, which I really enjoy. And they had all these smoothies and stuff like that, and that was delicious. Yeah, I really like the food in Riyadh. I could not tell you what lunch ever was because I never ate lunch. And then I would just go straight, yeah, all the food's covered by the organizing committee. And then I would just go straight to dinner, and dinner was also always really good. It was just always buffet style and stuff like that. So, yeah, Chinese is not the easiest to learn unless you're living in a Chinese speaking environment, I would say, because if you do, then obviously you get to practice, but if you don't, not having to basically subject yourself to speaking Chinese every day and then reading Chinese characters, you're not going to pick it up as fast, but yeah. I mean, I think it is as hard as people think it is, but I don't know. Maybe you're just learning it well. I have no idea. Do not speak a word of Italian. No Italian here. The grammar is certainly easy. Yeah, but that's, I would say, where it is. That's where I would say it stops being easy. Everything else about the language is pretty hard. I thought Mamma Mia was set in Greece. I didn't even really know it's Italian. Is Mamma Mia Italian? Well, you don't have to learn all 40,000 characters. No, you can basically get by everyday life with maybe 5,000. Yeah, I think you can get by with like 5,000. You know, I've played a bunch of Teamfight Tactics. I did not love it. I like it a lot, but I don't love it. It has way too much. The meta changes way too often. Way too often. There's like, it's so hard to keep up. Having to read a meta guide all the time is just a struggle. Yeah, exactly. After the meta changed once, I've never watched Mamma Mia though, so I don't really know what it's about. I speak like 普通话. Nothing exciting. We don't come from a region, as in my family doesn't come from a region that traditionally speaks 普通话, but my parents did their university degrees in like Beijing and stuff, including Tsinghua. So when I was there, they just sort of like, when I was born, they just taught me 普通话 only. But we're originally from central China, Wuhan, and they speak, both of my parents can speak like a Wuhanese dialect as well. My dad speaks in a dialect that I completely do not understand when he speaks to my grandparents on my dad's side. So it's always like, well, cool. But it's kind of crazy how different it is. Hey, Twooch! Thank you so much for the 14 months. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Twooch. Yeah, I don't speak any Cantonese. No Canto. I don't really know anything about Cantonese. Other than their writing system is like traditional usually. That's about it. That's all I know. But every region in China kind of has their own dialect. There's also like Shanghainese dialects. So even cities themselves have dialects. There's a Taiwanese Mandarin accent, and there's also just straight up Taiwanese. So that's also fun. But yeah, there's some much more niche ones that, like, you just don't really know. There's a couple. There's a lot. Those are some of the more common ones, I would say. The Shanghainese, the Taiwanese, the... well, obviously Cantonese, but there's also, like... Oh, oops, I misclicked. I can't think of any more. No, people definitely confuse me for locals. For a local. whenever I travel. Which is nice. It's really helpful, honestly. Well, I don't know, I wouldn't say I really like being perceived as a local when I travel, but I definitely feel like I get a better experience when I travel because I can interact in a more local manner. And sometimes I can just speak Chinese. Like if I'm in Bangkok, in Chinatown, for example, I can just speak Chinese with the shopkeepers, and it's really nice. And she gets me free food, and like she probably gives me the best version of whatever dish. And I know she's probably not lying to me, you know? It's just really, really nice. I really like that. Same in Hong Kong. It's really nice. Obviously, I can't speak Canto, and a lot of people there can't speak Mandarin, so it's kind of like, whoops. But I think it helps a lot. Yeah. Well, I only get my nails done at a Japanese place. So, I love Japanese style nail art. So I basically only get my nails done at Japanese places. Hello, Chronic. Hello, hello. Oh yeah, in Singapore, everybody assumes that I speak Mandarin. Because it's just Singapore. Yeah, I mean, I just think the travel experience is so different if you don't speak the language or are able to sort of convey your intentions, I would say. I think that just makes travel very different. And some people are okay with it, but I just personally really enjoy... Wait, I'm gonna checkmate him. I really enjoy just being able to sort of engage with locals. That's really nice. But speaking at a beginner level, probably 2-3 years. I mean, it depends on how seriously you take it, right? Like with everything else in the world. Well, Hong Kong has manners depending on a lot of things. The cab drivers there, those guys, they got some beef with everyone. I don't know why Hong Kong cab drivers have beef with everyone, but they do. So, yeah. Those guys are in their own world. I speak perfectly fine Mandarin, and then... yeah. That's true. That's sad. Fairer prices for the Hong Kong cabbies. Traffic's terrible there. That's true as well. Yeah. But I think as an adult, it's hard to learn things. I do think it's hard. You just have less patience. I mean, I can travel by myself in Riyadh. I didn't really see any reason to. I had so many friends. It was so nice. Oops. I really liked it. It was cool. I didn't get to do anything, like, super special, though, unfortunately. I was, more or less just at Boulevard City, which is where the event was being held. And that's basically where I stayed the whole time. Nice, we flagged him. Yeah, the hotel was really nice. One thing I really liked about Riyadh was that there were specific pool hours for only girls and specific gym hours for only girls. I didn't actually go to the specific like gym hours for girls. If there's no girl in the gym as a guy, you can enter, of course. But I think that was really, really nice. It was kind of just like, I got the whole pool to myself. I was like, you can just wear whatever you want. Presumably not going naked, but I called down. I was like, do I need any special swimwear for the pool? And they were like, no, just wear whatever. And I was like, okay. It was really, really, really fun. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It makes absolutely a lot of sense. I agree. Separate timing should be the norm everywhere. Oh my gosh. Like, why is this not normalized? Even better, just have 2 completely separate pools. No, I'm joking. Obviously, that's like really hard to do. I think I think it would make sense to have like specific hours and also have co-ed hours. For the West, what I'm saying is. Which is really nice. Yeah. I think it's just like comfort levels for literally everybody in the world. Literally. I wouldn't say I generally feel like yes, but also the amount of times I've been at the gym and people have come up or something and it's just like, bro, I'm just here to work out. Oh, that's kind of nice, Benny. I kind of wish I had that. It's just nice. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just nice. It's nice that nobody is there to disturb my workout, or nobody is gonna try to, yeah. I think that's just kind of good. I'm cool with it. I personally really enjoyed that. Yeah, people do, unfortunately. Which is okay. Like, I have people that recognize me and then just want to say hi and take a picture. And like I've said before, it's fine. But also, it would be my preference to not. You know? Because, like, I'm kind of just doing my own thing. Like, you can take pictures with me basically any time when I'm out in the world in public doing events. But really, at the gym... anyways. Or like, just people coming up and trying to start a conversation for whatever reason. And it's just like, what part of my body language, what part of what I am, my one sentence responses are you not understanding that I don't particularly want to engage right now? Yeah. So I think that's why I would really like to have separate hours at the gym and the pool. Exactly. Let a girl get her gains in peace. Yes. Yes. Go to a more expensive gym. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but also at the same time, why not just respect people's private space? And respect whether it's women or men. You know, if you... the alternative is to build a gym that has, like... You can talk in this one to other people, and the other one is a silence please type gym. If I had enough space, a home gym would be crazy. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Norik. It's kind of like the whole, like, if you're at a party, I wish they would have wristbands that are like, yes, please talk to me. Or like, yes, I am single. Or like, no, please don't. That would be also really cool. I'm super down for all of these type of things. All of this sounds good. But in general, I'm just a huge fan of respecting people's personal space, whether you're a guy or a girl or whatever. Wherever you are, just like, you know, it's cool to be respectful of others. It really is. There's a green or red card? I love that. That's actually kind of fun. Yeah. Yes, yes. Like, if you have a certain color basket, if you want somebody to assist you. Yeah, I 100% agree. I think stuff like that would go so far in life. Having a shirt that says, please talk to me, yeah. Oh, for sure, I agree, Nork. But I still think that personal space and respecting others is a very kind of important part to life. I think people are always like, also the other big issue, oh my gosh, this annoys me so much. Like, gym wear, I guess. Like, when I'm at the gym, I kind of want to wear whatever I want, but I don't wear whatever I want because, once again, the same issues. If somebody recognizes me and tries to take a picture and, like, post that on the internet without my consent, stuff like that, and it's just, so I just always go to the gym in, like, oversized clothing. And, like, if I want to take pictures of myself at the gym, that's when I'll, like, put on the cute gym workout clothing that I actually want. The only time I really get to wear cute gym workout clothing is if I'm going to like a private yoga or Pilates class or something like that. These are all like just legitimate concerns that I have as a girl. And it's just kind of annoying, I guess. It's not like the world's biggest deal. I don't really care that much. I can just wear like an oversized t-shirt. Yeah, but it's the, I don't dress for the male, like I'm not trying to sell guy. I know this comes as a surprise to a lot of people. People are always like, oh, you want male attention. You want, like, this audience. I'm like, you think I'm trying to sell female gym wear to men? Or you think I'm trying to sell this, like, beautiful turquoise gown to men? Like, are you for real right now? Like, I dress for myself. Thank you very much. So I just think that, yeah, it would be nice to have, like, separate hours at the gym and at the... Which I guess also just goes back to, it would be nice to kind of just have peace and quiet. Yeah, thankfully I don't have to worry about that crouch. Absolutely not, Elione. No thank you. I'm not approaching anyone. I don't care how hot or how attractive they are. Ain't no way am I talking to somebody. Just point blank. I don't care. Unless they're like a cat or a dog. I'll go talk to the cat and the dog. But old men love being naked in changing rooms. Yeah, look, I guess the solution to all of life's problems is just to have a separate one for everybody, you know? I don't want to approach. You don't understand. I don't care if somebody is hot. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I value my peace and my quiet. Like, I really, 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 really enjoy. If I am on purpose at a place to be alone, I would like to be alone. Does that make sense? If I wanted to go talk to people, I would go somewhere. Yeah, I mean, if I don't want to talk to people, then I don't want to be talked to either. Like, that just makes sense, right? If I'm in a chess event and I'm hanging out with friends and we're all hanging out together and we're playing chess and we're being lively and loud, that's a great time to talk to me. It's just time and place. I just don't want to be available 24/7. I don't understand how people are so comfortable being available 24/7. Like, do you not get tired? Yeah, I'm like a grandma. I gotta recharge, bro. I just think it's just about, like, time and place, really. There's just, like, a typical lack of common sense and manners, so therefore I try to make my own. Yeah. I do. I try to do it in the nicest way possible, but sometimes they don't get the memo. I absolutely do. I absolutely try to, like, let people know, hey, like, not really into talking right now. But I also don't want to be rude. Because I get it. Yeah, I do not like small talk. Once again, I grew up in Finland where everybody respects space and respects other people's silence and respects, you know, not engaging in others. I'm a big fan of back in the day when people used to gently close their door if I was entering the hallway, and they would politely wait for me to use the elevator to get downstairs or use the staircase to get downstairs, and then they themselves would finally leave their room or leave their apartment. Those were the days of Finland. I rather like them. I rather like them. Yeah, I really appreciate everybody who like comes up and says hi or like enjoys the streams and stuff like that. Absolutely. I really do. I really, really do. I really don't want to be rude, but there's like a difference between being... There's a very big difference, in my opinion, of being rude versus like just simply not encouraging conversation. I think those are two very different concepts, if that makes sense. I will never tell anybody that I don't want to talk. Like, I really do not want to have to do that, but I would hope that people understand that this is perhaps not the best time to talk. Does that make sense? Like, it's just time and place. Like I said, most of the time when people meet me are going to be at conventions or, you know, tournaments or like these big live events, which of course you can ask for pictures. That's literally what I'm here to do, is to like be engaged with people and host this event and, you know, all that stuff. Like, that's so different from me being at a swimming pool or being at the gym or being like in a private space. It's just so different. Yeah, exactly, fine. Yeah, like TwitchCon, like, yes, TwitchCon meet and greet. Great time to say hi. In the middle of this movie that I'm watching at the cinema, probably not so great, yeah? Common sense. It's just common sense, in my opinion. Being in a public space does not mean that you are public at that moment. Yeah, people always dress like they're heading to the club. Which, once again, gym wear is totally fine. I don't have an issue with gym wear. I would just be more comfortable wearing my gym wear in, like, my Pilates classes and stuff like that. Which is fine. You have your own gym? Nice. There is definitely something wrong with you if you want to talk in the cinema. Thankfully, most of the time, people just kind of mind their own business. It's good. But I don't think it hurts. Yeah. Which is why the only time I'm ever at bars is really when I'm with a group of friends. And, like, we're very obviously there to hang out amongst ourselves. Which I think is fine. If I saw an alien, I'd be curious. I'd be very, 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 very curious. Aliens are cool. What's happening? Ah, interesting. Yeah, probably falls under dog cat category, exactly. That's a great assumption to have, you know? No, I don't think I'm ever really shocked. It's just like cool, I guess. I did hear about this. Yeah, DXL. I did. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. I don't give a shit if anybody's like I don't know why people think I care. Like in the nicest way possible, I could not possibly care what you look like. I might care about what you're wearing. I'm like very, very, very judgment free when it comes to appearances. Like I think I see everything from the perspective of like an art curator, if that makes sense. It's just about objectively speaking, is your outfit nice? And if it's not, I'm not like, I'm just like, okay, bro's wearing a shirt, cool. Like I see everything just from that perspective. If you're wearing zebra jeans with leopard tank top, yeah, we might have issues, but I don't care what you like actually look like. Like I just genuinely don't really care about that. Yeah. It's not even really like I'm trying to figure out where your outfit's from or what price it is or anything like that. It's just much more, I'm always on the lookout for cool things, if that makes sense. You don't have to dress nice or anything in life, but I'm always curious where cool outfits come from. So therefore, I'm always like, that's what my brain thinks about all the time. Like when I see a girl on the street, I'm just like, oh my gosh, is that vintage? Like Ralph Lauren purple label? Or like, is that possibly Vivienne Westwood season like anyways, that's like what my brain thinks about all the time. It's just the way I function. I don't genuinely care that much. I would just say it's like well, I just look through so much fashion content. But if somebody's also just wearing a random white t-shirt, I'm not like, ew. That's fine. I definitely remember people more based on how they dress. Nothing really. It's totally fine. What if your zebra jeans match your unibrow? If you're able to find a pair of jeans that matches your unibrow, consider me impressed. Consider me very impressed. Oh, the whole Sydney Sweeney thing is so ridiculous. How do we have time for this discourse? Honestly. Yeah, for sure, Roadrunner. Vintage shopping is one of my favorite things. I'm all about budgeting. All about the budget. I mean, I do think that the ad is a little ridiculous, but like, I just think it's I don't think the hate is undeserved, I guess. But I also don't think that people should have this much time to hate. Because it is. Yeah, all ads are kind of ridiculous by nature. You're literally you're literally like doing exactly what they wanted you to do. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think the ad's racist, no. Do I think the ad is perhaps in poor taste? Sure. I don't think it's racist at all. Girl happens to be blonde and white and blue-eyed. Good for her. Do I think it's in poor taste? Yes. I do think it's in poor taste. It's engaged. Yes. Like, I don't think it's racist. It's kind of like the whole issue people have with Billie Eilish saying like she's happy to be in Ireland or something like that because she's Irish. And I'm just like, well, yeah, fuck. Why not? She's Irish. She's happy to be in Ireland. Congrats. Like, it's just very obviously made by a team of people who are not considering our current political society, I think is what I'm trying to say. So I think it's perhaps people are always going to find something to complain about, but I don't think it's racist in its like pure, in just the like nature of it itself. But I do think that it is in poor taste. Yeah, I think it is. Yes, I do agree with what Bob is saying. I don't think it's inherently. It's not just a silly pun, though. And that's also okay, because they know exactly who they were casting in it and her image. Which, once again, you're allowed to do. They've done this with plenty of rock stars in the past, and it's fine. But yes, exactly. Their stock went up, it worked, it's fine. But you can make an ad that's meant to make people talk and still have it in perhaps poor taste. It has nothing to do with the fact that whether or not she has good genes, in my opinion. Yeah, it's creating debate and even more controversy, but I think the whole issue with the ad is that, well, I guess it's not an issue. She's coming off a very controversial ad that was, in the, like, chillest way of putting it, very much made for the male gaze, which, once again, look, it's fine, but it kind of, like, every ad is kind of made to draw attention, right? But when you put yourself in that scenario, you're definitely like, it's not the most appropriate thing to do as a girl, which is fine. Once again, you can choose to do stuff like that. It's totally fine. It's not an issue. Ads are meant to draw attention. The point is to get people talking. But she's already coming like off of a pretty controversial ad. And I think putting her on this with like the whole jeans thing is just in slightly poor taste. But I don't think it's inherently racist. But like I said, that's not what modeling and photo shoots are about necessarily. You can choose to take a less, like, aggressive stance towards women. Does that make sense? Like, you don't have to portray women in such a specific... I'm not talking about this ad, not the jeans ad. This is her previous ad. You don't have to portray women in it that way. She has, like, a pretty controversial previous ad. Anyways, I don't really want to dig it up right now. But she says some stuff, and it's, like, just a very much, like, built for a male audience type of ad. And it's like, well, it is what it is. Yeah, like... She basically, as a girl, I would say she's basically playing this like dream hot woman thing, which is fine, like I've mentioned multiple times. But when you are spinning it in a way that's like, this is the perfect woman, it almost feels like she's, or whoever is doing this whole marketing thing, is not really considering the current political statements. And the fact that she did a previous one that was already a little controversial is just like, kind of, ew. It's kind of like, yeah, it's just kind of like, eh. But she's hot. She looks good. She got people talking about it. So, that's what ads are supposed to do. She got people talking about the previous one as well. Well, the problem is that women at this current time, unfortunately, are still kind of mistreated. not just, like, I can go so far into this. Oh my gosh. Like, there's so many brands that take things that are, for example, South Asian, and they literally, like, things that South Asian women do or wear, and they're just like, no, white women do this. Or like, this is our creation, and they just don't give credit to the original artists or the original cultures that actually wore. There's a lot of issues right now. No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that Sydney Sweeney is really hot, but considering her current sort of like campaign with her appearance and the ads she's done, this perhaps wasn't the best time to do this ad. So I do think that people are definitely projecting a little bit when it comes to the fact talking about racism or something like that. That's like, I don't think the ad's really racist, but it is a bit strange. It's a tad strange. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason why she has to turn down millions of dollars. Do I think the campaign itself could just have been done better? Yeah, I think the ad could have just been done better. I think it could have been done in a way that does not... Yeah, I agree with the low-key part, but it's not like... I just think it could have been done better. Like, you can make that pun and have it be a little bit more, I guess, classy. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't have to be the whole... They do keep using the exact same material, yes, at some point. I mean, I can show you the previous one. Not this one. Not the jeans one. They are going for something that sells, yeah. But I can still say that something that sells is not, objectively speaking, a classy ad. Does that seems to make sense, right? Just because something sells doesn't mean it needs to be classy. So, yeah, exactly, Ika. I agree. But what's crazy is that people are like... I think what's weird is how many people are going on it, and now, I don't know, it's not that big of a deal. Hey, Oro, thanks so much for the Prime. Welcome back to the 27th month. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Yes, for sure, I agree. It can definitely... Oh, we need to untime out the people because you can't use that word. Sorry, guys. I think this is actually a constructive conversation. It's just, you can't use the S word. It's auto-modded. Let me see if I can find it. It's just auto-mod. Socks. Call it socks. Officially. Would you like to have some socks? That's actually kind of funny. Okay, I can't find it now. But anyway, she has like this body wash, whatever. Anyway, Sydney she just does ads like this. And like, fuck, I get it. I do. I get it. But no reason for her to turn down any money. But also at the same time, it's not like the best look. That's basically the end of the story. It's really not that complicated. Yeah, I mean, my personal preference for everybody is to obviously always do high fashion, but I get it. That's not everybody's style, which is fine. Yeah, it's true, Eric. It is true. I can't say her character in Euphoria should be an inspiration for people. Does that kind of make sense? Like, just because a character exists doesn't mean you should aspire to be like that character. Like, it's fine. Sure. But should you? It's her choice at the end of the day. She's allowed to do what she wants. I don't think it's supposed to be inspiration either. But then at some point... I mean, I don't think anyone in that show is really supposed to. But then at some point, do you consider, like... Anyways. Yeah. Putting the emphasis on blue eyes on blonde hair is where I think there starts to be a little bit of an issue. They're not implying that others are not good, but you have to understand that this current, like... Which I guess you guys don't really live in this current sort of beauty standard world that I sort of live in, because I really like modeling and I really like fashion, like I've said. Not just when it comes to people's looks. Brands are stealing entire, like, cultures, identities, and being like, oh, this is something that we do. Calling, like, the dupatta, like a, you know, like a Scandinavian scarf. It's just... The whole thing is just a little out of touch, perhaps, with current. They actually are on a pretty... They're on a much healthier model run right now. There's been so much more... Like, the model of the year... Well, I guess she wasn't model of the year, but... Model of the year is a transgender woman. Alex Consani. And runner-up is Anoki Ai. So there's been a lot of representation in modeling recently. But I don't think it's, like, right to attack her for having blue eyes and blonde hair. But I do think that it might not be the worst to mention, like, yo, guys, I'm not too sure this is the most tasteful ad. You know, I don't think she... I think the entire team just deserves, like, a... You guys really thought this is the best thing to do? Checks clock. Summer of 2025? Like, are you guys sure? I wish I could... I'm gonna put Derek's message in the chat, because unfortunately it got deleted from that. So, like, yeah, it's not exactly the best time right now. Like, summer of 2025 to be putting this out. I think... She's not Miss Universe, she's world top model, which makes sense, right? Doesn't matter where your gender is to be world top model. But she does identify as a woman. She's transgender, which I think is really interesting. Like, I strongly disagree with that. I think it's just... You should check the clock yourself. That's true. Thank you. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they knew it would be controversial, which is why they got everybody talking about it. Oh yeah, people are... It's absolutely... I don't really know. I have no idea how it's determined, honestly. I have genuinely no clue. Yeah, for sure. This is what Beal's take is pretty accurate. I just do think that it's not a very... It's it's quite insensitive. Could have been done better. Which is another thing I have an issue with. Anyways, it didn't need to be quite so... whatever, it's fine. Yeah. Either they knew or they're just not... I just think it could have been more tasteful. It's just not that complicated. I get the concept. I get it. I think everyone understands the concept. Do we really need to throw in that line about the whole blue eyes and blonde hair or... Anyways. Yeah. Of course you liked it. It's okay to like it. Just, yeah, I mean, honestly, the solution should just be to make one of these for every single race and every single color combo and eye combo and hair combo, and just be like, we were actually planning on making this for every single combo in the world. Like, you know, when you make a Sims character, that would honestly be the perfect solution for this. I think it would have been, yeah, Benny. I do. I think the whole way they shot the commercial would have been controversial. The way it's so, like, not about the genes, I do think it would have been controversial, yes. And then people would have been like, oh, but she's not even that hot as well. I think whoever was doing it was going to be caught up in this controversy. Absolutely. And there would have been controversy also on the fact that they don't think this race is hot. And then where will we be, you know? Exactly. Don't forget about those people, Beal. Don't forget about the people who have 2 different colored eyes. Yeah, or the people who have, you know, tie-dyed hair, really. But I think they knew exactly what they were doing with casting Sydney Sweeney. And given what everything is happening, I just think it is not the most tasteful, which is fine. Yeah, you're allowed to say that we're all overreacting, and that's totally okay too. I strongly disagree with that statement. I think no matter who was going to do it, there would have been controversy. They could have just had, exactly. I think they could have just done multiple different models, for example. That's another thing they could have done. I think having literally one race, one type of casting is kind of an issue there. It was for sure rage bait, though. It was absolutely rage bait. 100%. So they got exactly what they were going for. Yes. Yeah. I also think... Yeah, that's literally what I'm saying. Like, no matter who, what race they put in that, having that exact same script, shooting it in that style that they shot it, if you haven't watched it, you would it's not like they just shot a girl in jeans, you know? Duh. Put anybody in that and it would be questionable. Thanks, Glyver. Thank you. That's the word. Exactly. It's just literally the whole everything about it. Like I said, there could have been a lot of other problems. But there's a similar commercial the dude has the same effect. Hilarious. I just don't think this is a very, very good time to be using genetics as part of any conversation. Oh yeah, you see a lot of ads where people are pointing out their genetics and claiming that this is alright. But why does this look like a Calvin Klein? Okay, whatever. You know what? Anyways. Nice, Nicholas. That would have been funny. Alright, anyways. Let's play some poker. Interesting conversation, y'all. Interesting conversation. Well, I don't think... Yeah, that's kind of... Anyways. It's all good. It got us talking about it. Got a lot of people talking about it. It's like very good for that purpose. Doesn't necessarily make me want to buy the jeans more, but I sure got reminded that American Eagle still exists after forgetting that they do for the last couple of years, you know? It worked. Have not thought about buying their jeans, but I'm still not necessarily, but I'm thinking about it. The jeans were ugly. Alright, goodbye YouTube. Come over to Twitch for insightful conversations about interesting ads.